You're not distracted because you lack discipline. You're distracted because your brain has been trained to chase the wrong things. And the worst part, it didn't happen overnight. It happened slowly, through what you repeated, what you watched, what you allowed into your mind every single day. So now, even when you want to focus, even when you want peace, even when you try to pray, your mind won't stay still. It keeps jumping, thinking, looping. And if that feels familiar, there's a reason. But more importantly, there's a way to retrain it. And almost nobody talks about it the right way. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 biblical habits that don't just change how you feel. They actually reshape how your brain works. Not through motivation, not through willpower alone, but through something far more powerful. Repetition aligned with truth. And here's what most people don't realize. Some of these habits are simple, some are uncomfortable. But one of them, especially the last one, is the difference between people who stay stuck and people who completely transform their mind. So stay with me, because if you understand this, you won't just think differently, you'll become someone different. Let's be honest for a moment. Most people today are not lacking information. They're overwhelmed by it. From the moment you wake up, your brain is already being pulled in different directions. Notifications, messages, videos, news, endless input. And every time you respond to that, your brain releases small amounts of dopamine. Not enough to satisfy you, but just enough to keep you coming back. Again, and again, and again. Over time, something starts to happen. Your brain begins to associate. Distraction equals reward. And slowly, focus becomes harder. Silence becomes uncomfortable. Stillness feels almost impossible. So when you try to sit quietly, when you try to pray, when you try to think clearly, your mind resists. Not because you're weak, but because it's been trained differently. Your brain is constantly adapting. Every repeated thought, every repeated behavior, strengthens a neural pathway. Think of it like a trail in a forest. The more you walk it, the clearer it becomes, the easier it becomes to follow again. So if your daily pattern is distraction, stimulation, distraction, stimulation, that becomes your default path. But here's the key. Your brain does not decide what path to build. Your repetition does. And this is where most people miss it. They try to change their life without changing what they repeat. They try to fix their thoughts without retraining their brain. But scripture has been pointing to this truth long before neuroscience explained it. Not just what you believe, but what you consistently practice shapes who you become. So instead of trying to change everything at once, what if you focused on something simpler? What if you changed what you repeat daily? Because when repetition aligns with truth, your brain begins to reorganize itself. Your thoughts begin to follow a different pattern. And slowly, your mind starts to quiet down. So let's go through them. Not as theory, but as something you can actually apply. These are 7 biblical habits that, when practiced consistently, begin to reshape how your brain responds, how your mind processes, and how your life unfolds. And the first one might seem simple, but don't underestimate it, because this is where transformation begins. Fire habit 1, speak truth out loud. There's something powerful about what you say out loud, not just spiritually, but neurologically. When you speak something, you activate more areas of the brain than when you just think it. You hear it, you process it, you reinforce it, which means spoken truth leaves a stronger imprint. That's why scripture says, "Let the weak say, I am strong." Joel 3 verse 10. Not just think it, say it, because your brain listens to your voice differently than your thoughts. When you repeat statements out loud, you strengthen neural pathways related to belief and identity. Over time, your brain begins to accept repeated input as familiar, and familiarity becomes perceived truth. So if your internal dialogue is negative, your brain adapts to that. But if you intentionally speak truth, you begin to overwrite those patterns. Instead of waking up and immediately checking your phone, pause and say something simple. Today I will walk in peace. God is with me in everything I face. My mind is not controlled by fear. It may feel unnatural at first, but that's exactly the point. You're introducing a new pattern. And this next habit is where most people unknowingly sabotage everything. Because even if you speak truth, what you allow into your mind can undo it. Let's talk about that. Fire habit 2, control your inputs. You can't expect a peaceful mind if your inputs are constantly chaotic. Think about it. What you watch, what you listen to, what you scroll through, doesn't just entertain you. It trains you. Every image, every sound, every message leaves a small imprint on your brain. And over time, those small imprints become patterns. Your brain is constantly filtering information, but it prioritizes what is repeated and emotionally charged. So if your daily input is fast, noisy, and overstimulating, your brain adapts to that pace. It starts craving more stimulation, which makes silence feel uncomfortable, focus feel difficult, stillness feel unnatural. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Proverbs 4 verse 23. What you allow in eventually flows out. In your thoughts, in your reactions, in your decisions. Start small. You don't need to remove everything overnight, but you can begin to shift your environment. Replace 10 minutes of scrolling with scripture. Start your morning without your phone. Choose what enters your mind intentionally, because the goal is not isolation, it's direction. Now here's where it gets interesting. Even if you control your inputs, there's still something inside you that can keep your mind restless. Because noise doesn't only come from the outside. Sometimes, it comes from within. Habit 3. Build silence with God. Most people avoid silence, not because they don't have time, but because silence reveals what's inside. The moment everything gets quiet, your thoughts get louder. Unfinished worries, unresolved fears, overthinking loops. So instead of facing that, people escape it. With noise, with distraction, with constant stimulation. Silence allows your brain to shift out of constant stimulation mode. It activates what's called the default mode network, the part of your brain responsible for self-reflection and internal processing. When you never give your brain that space, it stays overloaded. But when you sit in stillness, something powerful happens. Your brain begins to slow down. Your thoughts begin to organize. Your nervous system begins to regulate. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. Not rush, not distract. Be still, because stillness is not emptiness. It's alignment. Start with just a few minutes. No phone, no music, no input. Just sit, breathe slowly, and bring your attention back whenever it drifts. At first, your mind will resist. That's normal. But over time, this becomes one of the most powerful habits for mental clarity. And now comes something even more practical. Because even with silence, your brain still needs direction. Otherwise, it will return to old patterns. So the next habit teaches your brain something essential. How to focus again. Habit 4. Train your focus, one thing at a time. Your brain was not designed for constant switching, but modern life trains it that way. You check your phone while thinking about something else, while listening to something else, while worrying about something else. And slowly, your attention becomes fragmented. Every time you switch tasks, your brain pays a cost. It releases small amounts of dopamine, but reduces your ability to sustain attention. Over time, this leads to mental fatigue, reduced clarity, increased anxiety, because your brain never fully settles into anything. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart. Colossians 3 verse 23. Not divided attention, not partial focus, whole attention. Start retraining your focus in simple ways. When you read, just read. When you pray, just pray. When you work, remove distractions. Even 10 to 15 minutes of focused attention daily begins to rebuild your brain's ability to concentrate. Let me tell you something real. There was a season where everything felt noisy. Even in quiet moments, the mind wouldn't stop. Thoughts overlapping, constant tension, always thinking about what's next. And no matter how much was done during the day, there was still a sense of mental exhaustion. Not physical tiredness, but something deeper. A restless mind. One small shift changed everything. Not overnight, but steadily. Instead of trying to fix everything at once, the focus shifted to small, consistent habits. Speaking truth in the morning. Reducing unnecessary input. Creating moments of silence. Training attention again. At first, nothing dramatic happened. But after a few days, something subtle changed. The mind felt lighter, less reactive, more present. And that's when it became clear. Transformation doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency. Now we're about to move into something powerful, because the next habit directly affects how your brain experiences life. It changes how you feel, how you respond, and even how your brain processes reward. And most people overlook it. Habit 5. Practice gratitude. Rewire your reward system. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It's a way of training your brain to notice what is already good. Because by default, your brain is wired for survival, which means it scans for problems. What's missing? What's wrong? What could go wrong next? But gratitude interrupts that pattern. When you practice gratitude consistently, your brain begins to release dopamine and serotonin in a more balanced way. Not from external stimulation, but from internal awareness. This shifts your baseline. You stop chasing constant stimulation and start experiencing quiet satisfaction. Give thanks in all circumstances. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 18. Not because everything is perfect, but because gratitude realigns your perspective. Every day name 3 things. Simple, specific, real. And don't rush it. Let your mind actually feel it. Habit 6. Replace your thoughts. Don't argue with them. You don't win against negative thoughts by fighting them. You win by replacing them. Because whatever you focus on, your brain strengthens. Thought patterns are loops. The more you engage them, the stronger they become. But when you interrupt and redirect, you weaken the old pathway and build a new one. Take every thought captive. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5. Not ignore. Not suppress. Redirect. When a thought comes like, I'm not good enough, don't stay there. Replace it. I am growing. I am being renewed. Do it immediately. That's how the pattern breaks. Habit 7. Consistency over intensity, identity shift. This is where everything comes together. Because most people rely on motivation. But transformation is built on repetition. Your brain builds identity through repeated behavior. Not what you do once, but what you do daily, even in small ways. Take up your cross daily. Luke 9 verse 23. Not occasionally, daily. Because identity is formed in repetition. Don't try to do everything perfectly. Just stay consistent. Even small actions, repeated daily, become powerful. Counting down method. When your mind is overwhelmed. 5 things you can see. 4 things you can feel. 3 things you can hear. 2 things you can smell. 1 thing you can taste. Why it works. It shifts your brain from future/past thinking to the present moment. Activating sensory areas reduces activity in the anxiety circuits. Breathing. Inhale 4 seconds. Hold 7 seconds. Exhale 8 seconds. Why it works. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, telling your body, you are safe. Heart rate slows. Mind calms. Thoughts lose intensity. Powerful ending. Remember this. Your mind doesn't become peaceful by accident. It becomes peaceful by training. Overthinking happens when your mind tries to control everything. Peace begins when you recognize, not everything is yours to carry. Some things are yours to act on. Some things are yours to pray about. And some things are yours to release. Your brain is always listening. So what you repeat matters. Because what you repeat daily, your brain begins to believe. And what your brain believes, your life begins to follow. If this helped you, subscribe for more content about training your mind with scripture and discipline. Comment discipline if you're starting today. And share this with someone who needs peace in their mind. This content is for educational, spiritual, and personal growth purposes only. It is not medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.